Let me ask you something, and answer honestly. When you wake up in the morning, do you already feel tired? Not sleepy, not lazy, tired. Because after 60, that feeling is not random. Most people believe the day makes them tired. They think it's stress, responsibilities, or age. But in many cases, the real problem starts before the day even begins. Your body is supposed to reset while you sleep, to recover, to recharge. So when you wake up exhausted, it's not because you didn't sleep enough. It means something inside your body didn't shut down during the night. And this is why this matters so much after 60. Because when this keeps happening, your body slowly switches into survival mode. Not in a dramatic way, not with pain, not with obvious symptoms, just with that quiet, heavy tiredness you feel every morning. You wake up already behind, already drained, before the day even starts. Most people ignore this signal for years. They normalize it. They say, "This is just how I am now." But that's exactly how the tiredness becomes permanent. Because this isn't about sleeping more. It's not about coffee. And it's not about resting harder. There's a specific reason this starts showing up after 60. And almost nobody talks about it. In a moment, I'll explain what's really behind this. But first, you need to understand why waking up tired after 60 is the one signal you should never ignore. What most people don't realize is that this kind of tiredness doesn't come from what you do during the day. It comes from what your body fails to recover from at night. After 60, your body doesn't reset the same way it used to. Things that once shut down automatically now stay quietly active while you sleep. Your system keeps working, keeps compensating, keeps adapting. So you wake up feeling like you never truly rested, even if you slept for 8 hours. This is why so many people say, "I sleep well, but I'm still exhausted." Because sleep time isn't the problem. Recovery is. And here's the part most people miss. When your body stays in this state night after night, it slowly gets used to functioning with less energy. You don't collapse. You don't crash. You just feel a little more tired every month. Mornings get harder. Getting started takes longer. Simple things feel heavier than they should. And because this happens gradually, you adapt to it without realizing it. You lower your expectations. You pace yourself more. You accept feeling tired as normal. But inside, your body is learning something dangerous. It's learning how to survive, not how to restore. And once your system settles into that pattern, the tiredness doesn't go away on its own. It becomes the background of your life. In the next part, I'll show you why this pattern shows up so often after 60 and what's quietly keeping your body from fully recovering at night. Here's what makes this even more concerning after 60. Your body is incredibly good at compensating. When something isn't working the way it should, it doesn't stop. It adapts. It borrows energy from other systems. It shifts priorities. It keeps you going, quietly. That's why you don't feel sick. That's why there's no clear warning sign, just fatigue, just heaviness, just that constant lack of energy in the morning. And the longer this goes on, the more normal it feels. You tell yourself you're fine. You still function. You still get through the day. But functioning is not the same as restoring. After 60, this constant compensation has a cost. Your body starts saving energy wherever it can. Movements feel slower. Motivation feels lower. Mental clarity isn't as sharp as it used to be. Not suddenly, gradually, so gradual that you barely notice the change. And because there's no pain, no dramatic symptom, nothing that forces you to stop, the signal keeps getting ignored. Morning tiredness becomes your baseline. But here's the key thing to understand. This isn't just about feeling tired. It's about how long your body can keep compensating before it starts falling behind. Because once your system spends too long in this mode, getting back to real recovery becomes much harder. In the next part, I'll explain what specifically starts triggering this shift after 60 and why it often shows up first as tiredness when you wake up. This is where most people misunderstand what's really happening. They think feeling tired is just about energy, but after 60, it's more about regulation. Your body has systems designed to slow things down at night so repair can happen, so recovery can take priority. When those systems don't fully engage, your body never truly enters deep restoration. It stays alert. It stays reactive. It stays slightly on. Not enough to wake you up. Just enough to prevent full recovery. And this is why mornings feel heavy. You're not waking up refreshed because your body never fully stood down overnight. Night after night, this creates a silent imbalance. Your system becomes efficient at surviving the day, but inefficient at repairing itself. You start running on yesterday's energy, and then the day before that. Over time, this affects more than just how tired you feel. Your resilience drops. Your tolerance for stress gets lower. Your ability to bounce back weakens. Small challenges feel bigger. Simple tasks require more effort. And because this decline is subtle, most people never connect it to their mornings. They blame the day ahead. They blame their schedule. They blame getting older. But the real issue is happening long before the day begins. And unless this pattern is interrupted, your body keeps reinforcing it every single night. In the next part, I'll show you why this pattern becomes more common after 60 and what quietly keeps your body stuck in this cycle. This is the moment where most people expect a simple answer. They think there must be one habit, one supplement, or one routine they're missing. But after 60, it's rarely that simple, because this pattern doesn't start overnight, and it doesn't come from just one bad choice. It comes from a slow shift inside the body that almost everyone overlooks. A shift that changes how your system manages energy, stress, and recovery, especially at night. That's why doing more doesn't fix it. More sleep doesn't help. More rest doesn't help. More coffee definitely doesn't help. Those things might mask the tiredness for a while, but they don't change what's causing it. And this is where people get stuck. They try to push through. They force themselves to keep going. They accept a lower level of energy as normal, but the body doesn't forget. It keeps sending the same signal every morning, hoping it will be noticed. Waking up tired after 60 isn't a lack of effort, it's feedback. And once you understand what that feedback is really pointing to, everything starts to make sense. In the next part, I'll explain the core mechanism behind this pattern, the one most people never hear about, and what actually needs to change for your body to return to real recovery. So here's what all of this comes down to. Waking up tired after 60 isn't about how long you sleep. And it's not about age. It's about whether your body is able to fully shift into recovery at night. When that shift doesn't happen, your system stays in a low-level alert state. You rest, but you don't restore. And over time, that's what drains your energy before the day even begins. The good news is this. Once you understand this pattern, you can start reversing it. Not by forcing more sleep, not by pushing harder, but by helping your body regain the ability to properly regulate and recover overnight. This is exactly what I focus on in these videos, helping you recognize the early signals before they become your new normal. If this message resonated with you, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. In the next videos, I'll break down how to support real recovery after 60 and what your body actually needs to restore energy the right way, because feeling tired every morning should never be something you simply accept, especially after 60.